Today on Ghostbusters News, it is time for some real talk, as throughout the years, fans have received a wide array of collectibles based on the cartoon series The Real Ghostbusters. And while we love that Hasbro, they recently brought back the nostalgia-fueled Kenner toys of the 1980s, today's feature provides a look at what someday could be, in the way of a fan project from artist Alex Brewer. Now Brewer, he's a sculptor from Mondo and has also worked with Super 7. He shared a handful of action figure concepts that faithfully adapt the Real Ghostbusters. And that may be an understatement because look at these, they're incredible. Amongst the details, they include highly animated head sculpts paired with trademark two-tone uniforms, gear, and the much-needed proton stream attachments. Manifesting even more nostalgia, and I'm sure a lot of you've already noticed this, but each of the toys, they're paired with an updated take on their original Kenner pack-in. Now keeping with the beloved Kenner toys, Brewer also took one of the line's best remembered figures, Fright feature Egon Spengler, reworking it as a higher-end collectible. And while the base concept here, it looks incredible, it's the proposed pack-ins that further help this design sing. Not only including the PKE meter, but Fright feature-specific accessories, amongst them an additional frightened head and broken tie, with Brewer sharing. This figure wouldn't have the action feature, but would come with a swappable portrait and an articulated tie to simulate the effect. He'd also come with the Terror Tweezers, the Sore Throat Ghost, and a PKE meter because RGB Egon is never without one. Last but not least, he'd come with a swappable broken tie, so most of us could relive our childhoods properly. Rounding out this entirely fictitious assortment of Real Ghostbusters figures would be the ghost of Halloween, Samhain. And in an Instagram post from Halloween, Brewer would share how he thought the release of the mischievous Pumpkinhead, it could work, writing, "Ideally, I'd want to have a ghost villain in each wave, and while Samhain already has the most figures out of any RGB baddie, it's Halloween. In lieu of accessories, I think it would be cool if the ghost figures all came with a version of them getting sucked into the trap." And lastly here, you cannot get real without getting extreme. With this action figure of Extreme Ghostbusters favorite, Kylie Griffin. She'd come with her trademark proton pistol and trap, extreme PKE meter, and an alternate head with a ponytail, allowing for similar articulation to Trendmaster's action figure of the late 1990s. Her pack-in would be the Lizard Ghost, with Brewer mentioning that not only was it featured within the show's intro, but it has that unmistakable Phil Barlow quality. Now, to avoid any confusion, I should reiterate, these are 100% fan art concepts. That said, if the art it continues to make a stir within the fandom, maybe eventually a company that holds the license, they will answer the call, providing collectors with something similar. If you'd like to check out other action figure concepts, including additional images of these figures, be sure to give sculptor and artist Alex Brewer a follow on Instagram. We got a link down below in this video's description. With that said, that's all I've got for you for this one. As always, subscribe. If you'd like to join up with Ghostbusters News, check out our Patreon page. A link to that is also down below, and we'll see you right back here next time.
Chills up your spine, your senses don't deceive you. Call up the guys who are ready to believe you. The number's 555-2368. But before you call, let's get something straight. What do you do when the ghosts have been busted? Is it the source universally trusted? If you got a case of Ghostbusters blues, the cure for sure is Ghostbusters News. Jason's the guy who's doing the heavy lifting. Through rumors and gossip, he does all of the sifting. Reporting and sorting, only the truth he is dishing. 'Cause he himself is a full torso vaporous apparition. What do you do?